The last day of what?
April. Our class.
Last day of class. Good. Also, look at the test for Unit 3. It's due on the last day of class. So that's something that you can be working on. And if we have time left over, which we probably will, I'll probably finish Unit 3 last after Unit 4, because Unit 4 is more important. So that's something you can be just tinkering with. Go in there and play with some of the homework. Do not take the test until you finished all the homework. I mean, don't go in there and play with the test. Don't do that. Okay? But that is something you can do. And if you decide to wait till later in the semester, that's fine, because chances are, when I finish Unit 4, we're going to jump in questions for Unit 3. So make that note in your syllabus outline. Just kind of put Unit 3, draw brackets, and say, I'll probably go over that last. All right? Meanwhile, Chapter 5 is open, and Chapter 1 is open, so we're all good to go there. I need to go over something again. This is about the 5th time I've gone over it. Why do you think I've got to go over it again?
Some knucklehead.
Because I got 3 emails and 3 text messages. Not from this class, but maybe 1 from this class. But anyway, I can't get my labs to work. I go through Blackboard and it just sits there and spins. I thought I covered this, but I'll cover it again. You click on My Labs Plus, and I've never seen that error before. Let me refresh. I've never seen that before. Okay. Let me hit it again. Now I know something is wrong now because I've never seen that error before. Have y'all seen that error before? Let me try it again. 155, 12, My Labs Plus. That looks better. There we go. And it just sits there and spins. Now, sometimes when you right click on the shield up here, it will go into its thing. Sometimes you have to do it twice. Sometimes you have to do it twice and then hit refresh. The bottom line is, when you go through Blackboard, you have to do this crap, okay? That's why I don't use Blackboard. So right click, load unsafe scripts. If it doesn't go to it this time, look for something red up beside the star. Right click and allow pop-ups, then refresh. Okay? Now, once you go through Blackboard, and I know this is repetitive, once you go through Blackboard, then you can go to what? tctc.edu. And I'm going to go there, and that's where you get www.tctc.mylabsplus.com. I'm going to type that up here just so everybody can see it on the video. www.tctc.mylabsplus.com. That's the website that you can go to, and it's a whole lot more reliable than Blackboard. Click on it, and it'll go to this website. Type in this, and type in your either your user password or your T number with the capital T. Click on it, and boom, there you go. Has anybody had any trouble? Those of you, except for the 2 losers that hadn't signed up, have you had any trouble yet? Everybody good?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I am throwing out this disclaimer. I don't know who the 2 losers are. I didn't look at the names. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. Develop a sense of humor, please. All right, click on that, and we're back where we were. All right, anybody got any questions on that? Okay, does anybody have any questions on anything before I start with Unit 1? Does anybody have any questions on anything? I actually had somebody sick this morning text me after class, morning class, and say, I watched your video, thanks for having it on there, I was sick, and I'm like, I almost felt faint. Never had anybody actually go watch them. And I guarantee you, if I didn't have them on YouTube, somebody would say, you know what you ought to do? You ought to videotape and put them on YouTube. Anyway, I'm just kidding. I don't know if anybody watches them or not. I don't keep up with it. How's your other classes?
Awful.
You hate them. Well, can't y'all still drop an ad up to today? You need to drop an ad. Find another section.
I can't drive.
Last day, yeah.
How's those Rate My Professors coming? Did y'all look them up? Did y'all look any of them up?
All twos.
No, all twos.
No, I'm just kidding.
Not this one. I know I'm not a two. Dang old numerical. Anyway, how are the other classes? Are they all twos for real?
No, I didn't
I
actually
hope not. Bless your heart, I hope not. That's why we have drop withdrawal. Get out of there. All right. Well, y'all not going to carry on a conversation with me, so I guess I'll just move on and talk about math. Oh, well, I tried to stall, but y'all didn't go with it, so.
When I was choosing
E-test.
which math class to take.
And we're going to start with, pull up our handy dandy.
What one?
Look at there. We're going to start with 1.2, 1.3, then we go into chapter 5. So if you don't have your outline, I don't know why you wouldn't have your outline printed out. You need to write down 1.2, 1.3, 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, 5.6, and 1. This is basically basic math. It's a basic math review. No, I'm not going to sit here and insult your intelligence, but I will tell you this. 5.1 and 5.3 is going to be, and 5.6. Those three right there, write that down, 5.1, 5.3, and 5.6 is pretty much going to be 75% of your test. Okay? So most of your questions on your test are going to come from 5.1, 5.3, and 5.6. Now, the second most seen will be 5.2. 5.2 is positive and negative numbers. But I'm not going to sit here, I'm not going to pull problems out of 5.2 because problems in 5.3 and 5.6 include 5.2 in it. So you have to know 5.2 in order to understand 5.3 and 5.6. So I'm really not going to sit here and say I'm going to put 5.2 on the test because it's already on there when I put 5.3 and 5.6. And 10.1, you're probably talking about 10%, and 1.2 and 1.3 probably 10%. So most of your problems are going to come 5.1, 5.3, and 5.6. You could add 5.2 in there if you wanted to. All right, so with that being said, we're going to go to 1.2 and 1.3. Now, I'm going to skim over this because I don't want to insult anybody's intelligence. What I say, 1.2 and 1.3? This is the first time I've actually included 1.2 and 1.3 into the class because usually I just let y'all go over it, but I'm just going to skim over it. And if I see something that's important or see something that looks like you need to know, then I'm going to do it. All right, now here's a pretty simple problem that I would put on the test about estimation. Okay, you got 19 cupcakes at $1.95 each. Now everybody knows that you're not going to sit there and go, okay, that's 19 times 1.95, that's 5 times 9. You're not going to do that. You're going to go 20 times 2, which is 40. Okay, the 19 is 5, the 9 right here is 5 or more. So you're going to round that 19 to 20. The $1.95 is 5 or more, so you're going to round that to $2. Simple estimation. That's the type of question I would give you on a test. Okay? Again, you're only talking about one question, so you're not talking about detrimental to your, detrimental to you passing or failing the test. And you should write down in your notes. If you're real slow, you should write down page number 9, example 1. That's a good example. At a local retail store, Christy purchased a rug for $15.89. Now, this is what I do in the store. Well, this is what I used to do when I used to go to stores. I don't go to stores anymore. It's Amazon or Highway 24 Ingalls, Highway 24 Walgreens. That's it. If those 3 don't have it, I don't get it. I don't go to the store anymore. Okay? Walmart's too depressing, and Target is too snobby, so I don't go to either one of those. And Lowe's, you have too many stupid people going to Lowe's that don't even know how to work tools and have to ask the guy how to work the tools, and I ain't got time for that either. So I just stay at home pretty much and order off Amazon. Anyway, when I did go to a store, I round up. $19.95, I round to 20. Okay? $15.89, that would be $16. All right? $19.77, I would round up to $20. $1.49, I would round that up, even though it's not, I would round it up to $2. But since it is, $1.50 is right in the middle, so I would round it to $2. You always want to estimate up. Why? That way you have enough what? Money. Or you think you have enough money if you estimate. So, if you wanted to round these numbers, now you could round $15.90, you could round to $1.50, you could round to $19.80, you could round to $4.90, you could round to $12.90. It depends on what you want to round to. I personally, I'm going to round $16. 16 and 2 is $18. $18 and $20 is $48. $48 and $5, I hate eights, I can't add eights. 48 and 5 is what, 53? 53 and 13 is what, 66? 66 and $1 is 67. And I got $67. The bill is what? It's a miracle. $67 in your head, $69.51. Is that a test question? It could be a test question, but I don't like that test question unless they have the directions round to the nearest dollar or round to the nearest cent. And it's kind of vague. So I don't put vague questions on the test. I put real, black and white questions. It's either you do it this way or you do it this way. I don't put anything that's vague. And that's kind of vague. But it's a good question for you to learn how to estimate either by the cents or by the closest dollar. It's a good drill. Okay? Oh, and okay, there you go. They just did it right there. There's the 2 types right there. To the nearest cent, to the nearest dollar. Now again, I'm not going to sit here. I know all of y'all have been to Walmart before, and I know all of you have had about $10 in your pocket, and that's it. Everybody has done that. So you all have gone through and done this before in your head. If you haven't, then either you just don't know how to do it, or you're just filthy rich and you don't have to worry about it. Which one is it? You know how to do it, or you don't know how to do it, or you're filthy rich. Which one is it?
I know how to do it.
You know, you're not going to say you're filthy rich, are you?
No.
I told my son and daughter the other day when I bought my lottery ticket, I buy a lottery ticket. I buy $10. That's 5 tickets. I always buy it for the Mega Million and the Powerball, and I just buy 2 a week. And he goes, Daddy, what would happen if you won one of those Powerballs or one of those lotteries? I said, well, first of all, I wouldn't tell a soul.
Mm-mm.
That's what I said.
I would not tell a freaking soul. You wouldn't even tell me. I said, nope. Because then you'd go crazy. I said, and I sure wouldn't tell my daughter because she'd go crazy. So I wouldn't tell anybody. And first of all, I would put it in my mama's name. My mama would go with me, and my mama would say, I won this ticket, or I won. I'm not even going there why I would give it to my mother, but there's a reason I would give it to my mother. But anyway, some of y'all might know why, but anyway, I just don't want other people getting it, so I would give it to my mother. Anyway, the whole point is, you know, you've done that before. You've done the rounding, so I'm not going to sit here and insult your intelligence. Okay? Number of bushel of grapes produced in a vineyard is 71,309 Cabernet Sauvignon. Pretty good wine. It's dry a little bit dry. 123,879 French Colombard. 106,490 Chenin Blanc. 5960 is Shabano, and 12,104 is Chardonnay. Select the best estimates for the total number of bushels produced by the vineyard. Well, that would be 71,3. You could go with I would just say 71,000 here. 71,000, 124,000, 100, okay, here it is right here. 100, I didn't even see it. 106,000, that would be 6,000 right here, and then 12,000. And you'd be surprised on how close you actually get. Okay? Anybody got any questions about estimation? I don't want to embarrass anybody, but at the same time, I don't want to insult anybody's intelligence. So what I would suggest is you do these homework problems over the weekend and send them to me. Y'all know, did we go over Ask My Instructor?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. Thank you, one person that interacts.
What was that? We couldn't hear you, sir.
You couldn't hear me, no, because Oconee Hall is having a party up there. That's why these microphones are sensitive. And every move you make, it sounds like a jet engine is coming over so that's why you probably couldn't hear me. I said, go ahead and work on the homework for estimation and send me the questions through Ask My Instructor. I would rather do it that way than sit here and bore you to death by going over stuff you know. Okay?
Good to go.
So right now you're responsible for, what section we in? 1.2? 1.2, there it is. 1.2 homework. Since I'm covering it and I'm skimming it, I'm just skimming it, then you need to work on and send me questions in 1.2 homework. Okay? There's
1.2?
1.2 right there. 1.2.
You said you don't want us to go ahead because you said something about you might exempt someone, omit someone.
No, I'm not going to omit it. I used to, but I'm not doing it. I'm not omitting anything anymore. It's too much trouble. People use it as an excuse. Oh, I thought this and I thought that, and I'm just not. What's the word? Exploit. Students exploit anything they can. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about like the sandbaggers, the 10%. They try to exploit any little crack that they can, any time. And if I skip something, oh, I thought you skipped that, or I didn't think you skipped it, so that's why I got a 0 on it. So no, I'm not skipping anything. If it's in the syllabus, we're going to go over it. So anyway, work on that. Here's a good question. I like this one. Let me back up. It's on the bottom of page 12. Well, no, it's too long. I'm not going to go into all that. No, that's too long. I don't do all the, look at that, A through F. I do not do questions that go through at least 3 or more. I might do 3, but 4 or more letters of the alphabet, no, I don't do those. To me, that's a waste of time. All right, 1.3. Now, this is not the way that I cover mathematics, okay? Please don't think I do. I don't. I spend a lot of time, usually a day to each section. But I'm covering this in most of y'all probably know it, so I don't want to insult your intelligence. 1.3, problem solving. Okay, now, again, this is, a lot of problem solving is critical thinking, but, some people have problems spelling mom backwards, so we don't all have critical thinking skills. Karen plans to purchase a pizza for a party she is hosting. Pizza Corner sells medium pizzas, 14-inch diameter, for $10, and large pizzas, $17-inch diameter, for $14. A medium pizza has 8 slices, and a large pizza has 12 slices. Only only entire pizzas are sold. Assume the pizza slices are about the same size. Determine the maximum number of slices of pizza that Karen can purchase for $87 or less. Okay? If the maximum number of slices determined in Part A is purchased in the quote, blah, 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 in the economical way, how much will the pizza cost? Have you ever watched the video with a pizza girl on YouTube? Y'all ever done that?
No.
Okay, one
Yep,
person.
I've seen it. It's
Have
good.
you watched
It's good,
it
it's
all the way
funny.
through? I couldn't
I
watch
think
it.
if we're talking about the same thing, I think
There it is.
the one, yeah, that one's funny.
I couldn't watch it all the way through, but we'll watch it.
It's a pretty straightforward question. Well, imagine you go to a pizza shop, yeah, and you order a pizza. Yeah. The waiter asks you if you'd like your large pizza that you've ordered into 8 or 12 slices. What do you choose and why?
Choose a large pizza, boss. Tell them how many slices I want.
Oh yeah. So do you want to cut an 8, madam, or 12?
8.
Why 8?
Because I won't be able to eat 12.
You don't think you could eat 12? You don't think you could eat 12. So what pizza would you have, by the way? So you'd have a Hawaiian large pizza cut into 8 slices rather than 12. Because you can only eat 8 slices.
Yeah, because I can't eat the extra 4. Why are you laughing for?
If we get this straight, yeah, you're telling me that you would order a large Hawaiian pizza and you'd have it cut into 8 slices because you couldn't eat 12 of the same pizza.
Yeah, because I can't eat the extra 4 slices, Brad. I'm not fat and gutty. Why are you laughing?
You'd have 8 pizza slices, yeah, of a pizza.
I don't have 8, Brad, because this is what bugs me about you. You're not understanding what I'm saying. I don't have 8, yeah, because I can't eat the extra 4 because that'd be too much for me. What are you laughing for, Din?
I'm the din.
Have you ever seen Miles per Hour?
Straight. You got a large pizza, yeah?
Yeah, I've got a large Hawaiian pizza. He asked me, Jenny, how many slices would you like?
You ever seen this one?
We're traveling from Logan to Boise.
Well,
Question very difficult to calculate is if you are traveling 80 miles per hour, how long does it take you to go 80 miles?
does everybody understand the question?
You're talking about 8 miles
Yes.
an hour. How long you go 8 miles?
Yeah,
An hour?
1 hour. It takes it. She does the whole video. She can't. She has no idea. Critical thinking is very important. Okay. Okay. But anyway, that's what we're doing right here. Pizza slices. Now, what's the first thing you ought to do? Well, first thing to do is read the problem. Yeah, read the problem. That's the first thing. Y'all see why I don't go over this very much? Okay. Okay, you read the problem, you da-da-da-da-da. And look what, they draw this thing out. Now, $87, you know that goes to the right side. Now, that's the total. You know that's how much she is actually paying. So the $87 is going to be the total. All right, so that's going to go to the right side of the equal sign. All right, you always look for a total, always. And they're doing it the long, drawn-out way, and that's fine. But that ain't the way you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to do it with a little bit of algebra. And I'm thinking that they're not going to do it that way. Okay? No, they're not. They're going to make you draw it out. I don't know why. See, that's why I don't like this section. But we'll do it the way they want to. So you multiply 7 pieces or 8 pieces. There they go. 6 large, 0 medium. So you got 6 large pizzas. That's 6 times 12. Plus no large, so that's 72 pieces, $84, and so on. And so which one? You still get 72 pieces for $86 and 72 pieces for $84. So it looks like to me that 72 pieces is your biggest amount, correct? So you pick 84 or 82 or 86. Most of you would do 84. Okay? So that's the way you draw it out. Another way you could do it was substitution, but algebra, and we don't even do that in here, but that's another way to do it. Okay? Not a good question. I wouldn't give you that one on the test. And let's see if I can find one that's worth doing. Airport shuttle provides service for San Antonio International Airport to downtown hotels approximately 10 miles away. One particular shuttle makes 16 round trips per day, carrying 5 passengers per trip. The fare each way is $18. What are the receipts from one day's operation? So one way is $18. So that's 5 trips. So that's 5 trips or 16 trips. So that's going to be 16 times $8, okay? Because the fare is only one way because you're taking them from the airport to the hotel. Okay, so it's one way. So that's probably the thinking they want you to go with there. And 10 miles, yeah, that fits in there too. So there it is. 18 times 36 times 5, 2-way. These are not my favorite question.
So what is your favorite question?
I'm sorry, what?
What is your favorite question then?
My favorite questions are algebra questions, not these. Okay? Because basically, these are going around the world, which you can do in algebra. You can do algebra in half the time you can do these. So these are not my favorite questions. That's why I often skip these questions or skip these sections. But determining a tip. The cost of Freddy's meal before tax is $28. If a 6.5% sales tax is added to the bill, determine the total cost of the meal including tax. Okay? If Freddie wants to leave a 10% tip on the pre-tax cost of the meal, how much should he leave? Well, that's easy. What's 10% of $28?
$2.80.
See, $2.80. So you know that's going to be the tip. So put that in the back of your mind, $2.80. 6.5%, you're going to have to multiply 28. Take your calculator out, because I'm not going to ask you to do it by hand. Take your calculator out and multiply 28 times 0.065, which is 6.5%. So 0.065 times 28, somebody multiply that.
It's 1.82.
Okay, take 1.82, 28, and $2.80 and add those up. Okay, there it is down there. Okay. It should, okay. They don't want them to add the tip to it. Okay, I'm sorry. 28 plus $1.82 is $29.82. That's the cost of the meal. Plus you leave a $2.80 tip. Okay, there it is down there. They're doing it in different, see, they're going around the world. Do y'all see what I'm saying about going around the world? You don't have to do this. Huh?
Instead of putting it all in one.
Yeah, instead of doing it all together, they're doing it in 3 different steps. Okay? What's 15% of $28? Take 28 times 0.15, and that should be $4.20. So we're talking about real simple problems, and I'm not going to sit here and make you do these simple problems, but you need to do it for the homework so you can get some easy points and be an easy A to calculate into your grade. Okay? This is real hard. If these make 2 servings, and these make 4 servings, and these make 8 servings, what would make 10 servings? You multiply the 2 times what? You multiply times 5, everything times 5. All right, now I don't know what they're asking you, but they want you to fill it out. We want amount of 2 servings by 3. So you're going to have to multiply 3 times 2/3, 3 times 2, times blah, blah, blah. So that would be 6 servings, basically. 3 times 2 is 6. So that's what they're telling you to do there. And if you think about it like this. If these ingredients make 24 or a dozen cookies, what would you do to make 2 dozen cookies? You'd multiply it by 2. What about 3 dozen cookies? You'd multiply it by what? 3. So again, this is some real difficult math. I'm just going to keep on going till we get to the section I want to go over, which is chapter 5.
That's algebra.
Yeah, that's some algebra.
So
Okay,
I got
what's
a
the
question.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm sorry. So you were saying like the first question you went over, like you would put that on the test. Are the test questions coming from the things in the book?
No, they come from, these questions are like the questions you have in your homework online.
All right.
Okay? And I pull the questions from the test from the online homework. I
see.
I just copy and drag.
So it's not like it's gonna be something we never seen before.
No, it's not. I'm not going to give you something you ain't never seen before. Nope.
Thank you.
Okay? Some recipes for smoking a turkey recommend pre-soaking the turkey in a brine solution. To make enough brine solution to smoke a 12-pound turkey, use 16 tablespoons of salt in 2 gallons of water. So you would write that down because that's your conversion. 12-pound turkey, use 16 tablespoons of salt in 2 gallons of water. Okay? 16 tablespoons of salt in 2 gallons of water. Let's see what the question. If you wish to make 3.5 gallons of brine solution, how much salt is needed? Well, 16 teaspoons of salt per 2 gallons, and you change it to a direct proportion, X over 3.5. Now remember, when you're working on unit conversions, you have to keep the gallons on the bottom, whatever you start off with. If you put the tablespoons on the bottom, what do you have to put over here? Tablespoons on the bottom. They have to be the same. Okay? So 16 tablespoons to 2 gallons of water equals X tablespoons of salt to 3.5 gallons of water. And then you cross multiply and solve for X. And that is something that you probably remember from pre-algebra.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You remember that? Doing the cross multiplying and...
Yeah.
Okay. So you need 28 ounces or 28 teaspoons of water. Or not water, salt or whatever. Yeah, salt. Now the question asked, if you wish to make enough brine to soak a 20-pound turkey, how much salt is needed? A 20-pound turkey. Well, 12 is to 16 as 20 is to X. Okay? 12 is to 16 as 20 is to X. Now, what's on top? Pounds. So you put the 20 on top because it's pounds. 16 tablespoons of salt to a 12-pound turkey, X tablespoons to a 20-pound turkey. And then you cross multiply and solve. Now we're going to get into these in Unit 2. These are the questions we get into with Unit 2. So we're going to see these again, only it's going to be a little bit more in depth with the algebra. What?
Class go by fast.
It's already time to go, isn't it?
Yeah,
What time's it go? What time's y'all?
1:15.
1:15. It goes by fast because I'm so good. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, we're just skimming over stuff. That's why it's going so fast. When I get into the boring stuff, that's when y'all are going like, oh. Okay, that's 1.3. Make sure you can do anything having to do with a pie chart. Okay? Here, this is a good problem. I'll blow it up for you and you can write it down because this is a good problem. This is a problem that I would put on a test. Why? Because it's a good for a standardized test and it's also something you might see in real life. Number 7, the circle graph below shows the percent of Americans' net monthly income spent on housing, transportation, food, insurance/retirement, health care, and entertainment/miscellaneous. Sammy has a net monthly income. Net means that's what he what?
Brings in.
Brings home. That's what he takes home. $19.50. Assuming this graph applies to Sammy's spending, and they're going to ask something, how much does he spend on housing? Yeah. Okay. Spend on entertainment, and how much does he spend on housing? There we go. And then on transportation. So let's just go through and multiply. Take your calculators out and multiply every one of these numbers. So I would start with housing. You got to move the decimal over. So that's going to be 0.344 times 1950. And somebody give me that number. Let me get my whiteboard set up. Thought I had it already.
$670.80.
Okay, 600. So we'll say $671. Hold on, there we go. $671. Okay, so somebody do the other ones. Let's do transportation. $671 on housing. So that'd be 0.16 times 1950. What does that come out to? Round to the nearest dollar, please.
312.
$312?
Yeah.
All right, somebody do food. That would be 0.127. What's 0.127 times 1950?
248 rounded.
248. And somebody do insurance and retirement. .112 times 1950. .112 times 1950.
219.
0.066 times 1950.
$129.
And 0.191 times 1950.
$372.
372. Now add all those up. And when you add all those up, what should you get? 1950. That is a good test question.
So you basically just multiply the percentage by like,
That's how you do a pie chart. Tell me what you get when you add them all up.
1951, but that was rounded.
Okay, because evidently some of those are rounded up, so. Of course, on a test, you wouldn't round up unless it told you to. I rounded up because I don't want to have to write all the decimals and do all that. Okay, so that's a good test question from 1.3. That's a question I would put on test from 1.3. Let's see if there's another one on here somewhere.
Number 8.
Wait till everybody gets through. Y'all through writing?
Yes, we are.
Okay, how about you? Finished?
you go ahead.
Okay. There's another one. Number 8's a good one. I'll let you do that one, and that'll be good for 2 point or 1.3, whatever. Bachelor's degree. The circle graph shows the percent of bachelor's degrees awarded in 2012 in business, social sciences, and history, health professors, psychology, education, and other fields. I guarantee you know why they didn't put daggum math and science. Dang old be very small. But anyway, and other fields in 2012. The number of bachelor's degrees awarded was 1,791,000. Now, we're not going to do all of it. I want you to tell me how many degrees were business. We're not going to do all of them. You can do all of them for homework, but I want to do just round up. How many degrees were business? That would be 0.025
times
44,775.
44,475.
Yeah. 775. That's what I got.
Good job. You are a winner. 1,791,000. No matter what all your students up there said about you before you got here. 44,475. And then, of course, if you did the other ones, then you would add them all up and you'd get 1,791,000. So those are two good questions. Those are also two good questions beyond any kind of standardized test, whether you're in a nursing program, whether you're taking a placement test for another college or work. Anytime you see a pie chart, they're going to put that on the standardized test. Okay? So that's good. Here's another one right here, checking account. The balance in Gabriella's checking account is $349.72. She purchased 4 video games at 32, blah, blah, blah. That's 4 times 33. 4 times 33 is 132.
Yeah.
So, which is about half of that. So she's going to end up with some. If she pays by check, what is the new balance? So let's see if y'all can do that one. If y'all can do that one, then y'all are doing pretty good. The balance be $349 minus 4 times 32.39.
Dang, I put it wrong.
Sorry.
132. 217.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
217.
Let's see what the others get. What'd y'all get?
220.56.
220.56?
Yeah.
Is that what everybody's getting? I mean, I don't know. I'm asking.
349.
Be 349. I'm going to put it right here. 349.72 minus 4 times 32.39.
I got like 220, 16.
I ain't put the rest of it.
She needs to control herself.
Okay?
Oh my God. I'll be right back.
I got
So,
a phone bill coming out.
let's see. 4 times 9, that'd be a 6. 3, that'd be a 15. 1, be 9. And 129, somebody check me. 349.72. 12, 6, 6, 1, 9, 0, 4, 2. You're right, 220. 220.16 is what I got. What'd y'all get?
That's what I got.
I'm sorry, what?
That's what we got.
Okay, good job. Y'all are winners.
I got 220.56.
I got 220.16.
Okay, so now you've got 2 sections of homework to go over, and you should be able to get started on that. And of course, what do? If you have a question, you go through and you hit the help me solve this, blah, blah, blah. And if you still can't get it, you send help me, ask my instructor. We'll go over that first thing Monday. And if not, we'll move on to chapter 5. Who's got questions? Nobody's got questions. I covered the material so well that y'all don't have any questions. Well, it's kind of easy stuff. So.